Hi, everyone. Welcome to Sunday Night Dead. Matthew Soldier here from Autumn Paranormal in beautiful Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Thank you for joining me tonight. Calling an audible tonight. I did put originally the attic video, which I will still probably do. I actually still have that one loaded up, so we could pivot to it depending on what happens tonight. But a little bit of advance, and I'm sorry, I have a bunch of things I was working on, so I got like wires everywhere over here, so hopefully I don't as I move around here, I don't get caught on anything and have a little mishap. But we met when I was in the doing the tour guide things on the battleship a couple weeks ago. We met a really cool team from a little bit north of us. I hope I get the name right. I think it's Stokes County Paranormal. If I got that wrong, I apologize. But we started just initially doing some collaboration, and we had an opportunity to investigate with them in a historical courthouse that they were in. And so we were able to do that a little bit today. Probably longer video than I'll be able to, knowing that when I talk about the videos, they go about twice as long. We recorded almost an hour and a half. I am not going to do a 3-hour show. I don't even know if I have a 2-hour show in me. So we may jump around and skip around a little bit here, but I'm going to pull this up and get started. So pretty cool. Hey, Rick. Hey, Mary Beth. So a couple of just quick things. I'm not going to say a whole lot about this because we went in cold. And part of it was working with them to see if we got similar things that they have seen before. And we had some interesting things. Hopefully this is going to come through. I'm going to minimize the video at one point. You'll see why. I moved my phone closer to it to kind of have it propped up so you don't have me moving the whole time. And what I didn't realize at the time is it was focusing back and forth. So it's doing like the strobe thing the whole time. So I will minimize that. But let me pull this up.
So we're here. We're going live.
Nope. Don't start yet. And I'll
Where
turn
are
up
we
a little
right
bit.
now?
Hey, it's not cooperating with me. So again, doing the phasmabox, which still get some interesting things on it. This was their first time seeing it. I think they were intrigued with some of the things on it. So I'm just going to go ahead and play it. Now you'll see here this microphone, because this is it was a courthouse. Now they use it for other administrative type things. So we started picking up some of it on here, but it's going to get better as we go. That's why I might skip around a little bit here, because again, we ran for an hour and a half, and it got better as the night went on. So I don't want to have too much of the dull stuff up front, but I also don't want to really miss anything either. But we're going to try. I'm going to jump. Maybe about 30 minutes. Let's just see where we're at about 30 minutes in. And then I can explain if there's any context we need.
Or can you say that louder? Why don't you like me?
No, I will go back a little bit. I think I got an FU. And then we'll explain who that's coming from. So what I did, I'm going to go back a little bit here. So I left.
There's different.
I left the area that was like the courtroom spot just to see if it changed in my absence. So yeah, I'll let it go a little bit before, and then you'll see. They said it didn't, but I didn't hear what happened, so I'm kind of curious. So
things. This will make some weird noises that always come through in this. There'll be like a weird. It almost sounds like giggling. I have no idea what it is. It always comes through, and then every once in a while that like sci-fi whistle.
I'm going to have to play around with the volume again. This will go soft and loud at different times. I'll rewind.
Whoever's with Kimberly, can you at least speak so we can hear your voice?
Is it because there's so many people in the room today that you're not familiar with?
That was close.
Can you cross them, please, and let me know? Okay. You gotta cross them.
Okay, so I don't think it's going to get caught on this, but when you hear the, I'm going to kind of go bigger for me on this. When you hear that was close, we were hearing all kinds of banging and footsteps actually in the room And then in the back, kind of where you walk in, you could just picture kind of like how an old courtroom would be set up. There was 2 rooms off to the sides. We'd hear things in those 2 rooms. The one room in particular where there seemed to be a lot more noise in the courtroom part, but outside that door, I also got a really heavy cigarette smell, which I know in an old building, it could be coming from the wood. It was weird, though, that it was only at one time I picked it up. The rest of the time I didn't, but I will qualify. I do realize that in old buildings, that smell can sometimes get absorbed, and you can get that. But anyway, back to it.
I need you to cross the rods, or we can't communicate with you. You know how it works.
You have to balance the volume here because depending on how close you are, it'll be loud, soft. So.
Thank you. Is it because the strangers in the courtroom today? If that's the case, can you cross them? No? Is there something you want to say?
One question.
I'll add in the beginning. This was, and a lot of you have seen, and if you haven't checked this out, you can check it out on the channel. I've done lots of videos on this. I've done lots of live videos on this. This started off really quiet. It picked up, which is why I'm going to skip around a little bit here. But the very beginning, that's why I kind of jumped time here too. The first like 30 minutes or so, it was very, very quiet.
After that, Okay, so we have William, Michelle, Matt. If you want us to leave the courtroom, say the names of who you want to leave, and we'll leave the courtroom. William, Michelle, Matt. If you want us to stay, just say stay.
And again, it's not that it's too soft. It's or that you're not going to be able to hear this. It's just really soft. It'll get louder. All right, I'm going to jump to where I leave just to see what happens. This is when it's going to be black. So just to see if the activity changed. I left the courtroom, but what I did here is I put I'll change this later, but you probably don't want to see it anyway because it does this weird focusing thing. But I just set the phone down with the microphone near it. So hopefully you can hear. Okay, it's louder.
Can you where the gentleman in the back is walking? Is that
Okay, so there was a yell there, and then I know some of the criticism on these techniques is you have easy numbers or easy to hear things people can mistake. There's one problem about having an easy name like Matt, but it does sound like a Matt.
Is the little girl here?
Did I miss that? Okay, we'll go.
Okay, so we have William, Michelle, Matt. If you want us to leave the courtroom, say the names of who you want to leave, and we'll leave the courtroom. William, Michelle, Matt. If you want us to stay, just say stay.
I agree, Mary Beth. We run into that a lot. It seems like you have to get it warmed up for a little bit.
There was an extra voice?
No, for the recorder to check this right before people spoke.
Trying to get right when I set the thing down because there's obviously some things that happen right after I set it down and leave.
Ross back in the center, please, so I can communicate with you. Take it to the middle. All the way, please.
It's the other problem why I don't like going real long video-wise when I do these things and try to move around. The longer it is, the harder it is to hone in on a time. I'm going to try to play around a little bit here again. There we go. I'm going to get right before.
Please, so I can communicate with you.
If you want us to stay, just say stay. There was an extra voice?
No, for the recorder to check this right before people spoke.
If you hear what's going on in the background, they're doing dowsing rods.
I'm going to set this down again. I'm going to walk over. I'm hearing like regular footsteps too, so I'm just going to walk over here. I'm just going to walk in the same area.
So there was something here. I didn't leave. I was walking to try to I think this is where I smell the cigarette smoke. I was trying to walk where I was hearing the footsteps to try to see if I could stir something up. There's something right when it starts. I'm having a hard time dialing it in here.
If you want us to stay, just say stay.
I wish this had like a 30-second advance on it.
There was an extra voice?
No, for the recorder to check this.
It's right when I put it down. There's something there.
Can you put the rods back in the center, please, so I can communicate with you? Take it to the middle. All the way, please.
I'm going to set this
Here
down
we go.
again. I'm
Really
gonna
close.
Walk over. I'm hearing like regular footsteps too, so I'm just going to walk over here.
There's something there. I can't make it out.
Is the little girl here today? Is she in the courtroom with us? Okay. Is she being allowed to communicate with us? Is she being allowed to speak? I didn't think so. Is there someone walking back there in your space right now? Okay.
Man, I wish I could slow it down. There's stuff in there. I just can't make it out.
So I'm just going to walk over here.
You're gonna go back there?
I'm just going to walk in the same area.
Is the little girl here today? Is she in the courtroom with us? Okay. Is she being allowed to communicate with us? Is she being allowed to speak? I didn't think so. Is there someone walking back there in your space right now? Okay.
Sadly, I'm talking at the same time, so I can't hear it. It sounded like a man.
Oh, I'm there too. How come the little girl can't come forward? Little girl, can you please come forward?
Okay, so now I'll give you a little bit of background and context. So there's what we figured out. They knew the story. We were just going in cold just to see what we got. A fairly, I guess, arrogant guy comes through a lot, and there's a little girl, and the guy seems to scare off the little girl or keep the little girl from talking. So when we started, there was some more childlike. We actually heard a child's voice out in the hallway, not on the box or anything. And then that kind of like got shut down right away, and was getting more of this male that's shouting. So that's kind of the dynamic if you hear where some of these questions are going.
Is he here with you? I know he is. Is there a reason he won't tell his guests his name? He tells everybody else his name. Can you please do it for me? Just say it. Come on.
I don't know if it's like distortion or I'm just having a hard time making any of them out.
Oh, okay.
I saw it there and I avoided that route.
Do you know where the music box on the floor is?
It's me.
If I tell you about words, will you use it? Maybe? If you
That could. Now I'm reading into this, but that could be in reference to, we're hearing the footsteps, we're looking, we're trying to interact with something in the back. Not saying it is, but it's me. Could be tied to that.
Walk directly in front of you and play some music.
Factories.
Can you do it for me?
All right, I'm gonna try again. There's a bunch there, so I'm gonna try. So 2659. Okay.
Come on. Now, how did the music box get off and talking? Oh, okay.
I saw it there and I avoided that route.
Do you know where the music box on the floor is?
It's me.
If I tell you about words, will you use it? Maybe? If you walk directly in front of you and play some music.
Factories.
Can you do it for me?
Just singing.
Let's
Yeah.
see this.
Here before that.
At first I thought it was your name, but
Oh.
it was a name and
Somebody just say F you to me.
All right, so I still didn't hear it. Mary Beth obviously heard it. I'm gonna go back a little bit. I get lots of FU, so I'm used to this. Things don't like me. Just trying to get to it. Come on. I want to try to get to that FU. All right, we'll just have to go with it.
Come on. Now, how did the music box get off and talking? Oh, okay.
I saw it there and I avoided that route.
Do you know where the music box on the floor is? If I tell you about words, will you use it?
All right, so we're talking about the movement back there. I'm going to go back to the 2613 again. Spot. Listen to this, because it sounds like I'm not moving, and then they keep talking about it. It sounds like another voice says, "It's me." So just listen to that.
Is there a reason he won't tell these guests his name? He tells everybody else's name. Can you please do it for me? Say it.
Hang on, I got to stop and mute for a second. One of my kids was rallying up the dog, not realizing that I'm on the show, which I do every night for like 4 years.
Come on. Now, how did the music box get off and talking? Oh, okay.
I'm not
I
moving.
saw it there and I avoided that route.
Do you know where the music box on the floor is?
It's me.
If I tell you about words, will you use it? Maybe?
So just for context, and you could always back up this video then to hear those two, it sounds almost like it's a conversation between two others about the movement and not anything interacting with what we're talking about. I'm not moving, it's me. And we're talking about hearing noises and things. Just something to think about.
If you walk directly in front of you and play some music.
Factories.
Okay, is that the FU?
just singing.
I heard the F you.
Yeah.
We're just here before that.
At first I thought it was your name, but
Oh.
it was a name and
Somebody just say F you to me.
Yes.
Okay, I get that, and I'm not here to argue with you, but at least give me the respect of, so you said my name and F you, so at least identify who you are. You should at least have the courage to do that if you're going to.
Now, I did notice, I'm going to keep playing this out because I don't know where it is and I don't want to bounce around. You can hear better when the phone's closer. I'm going to put pretty soon, I'm going to put the phone closer to that for the rest of this time here. So it might be a little bit harder to hear it at this point.
Curse me out. To at least let me know who's cursing me out. That was the name?
Do it again. I don't think they heard it.
I did think I heard it. The name's Dawn, and actually, now that I heard it back, I think I heard it.
Can you say it again? If I was going to guess, it sounded like a Jeff, but I don't know.
Let me ask the guys who know. Is your name Jeff? Does your name start with a B? Does your name start with a D? D is in dog. Wow. Yeah. Open it back up for me. I'm not trying to make you mad. I just want you to communicate.
They're again doing dowsing rods.
I believe he likes it. The type of person who comes through to me.
Can you tell me why you...
That sounded like it again to me.
Okay.
You have to be very clear. Are you in the balcony or are you up or down? No, I'm talking about this, sorry.
Again, you'll hear it better when I move the phone closer, which I do pretty soon.
Why did you tell me to F off? Why don't you like me? I heard it. I just had a hard time hearing. Can you repeat that? Or can you say that louder?
All right, because it's hard to hear. I'm going to try to fast forward this to where I actually put the phone closer to it so that, because I'm having a hard time hearing things. See, now it's going to start pulsing. So we're going to want to kind of make this small, or you're going to probably not want to look near it. I didn't realize it was going in and out of focus the whole time because I couldn't see it.
Okay, she stepped out. Now what do you have to say?
Okay, so the one person in the group we are working with, I guess, is the male activity kind of goes around her, this guy Dawn, and so she stepped out into the room behind the courtroom, and then we wanted to see if it changed here. What's going to happen is I'm going to join her then, based on some stories here, and kind of just saying, if you're going to, pick on somebody bigger kind of deal. And I went to a room in the back on this floor and was saying, okay, here you go. Like, you want to pick on somebody or something, scare me, make me yell, touch, show up, do something. And it was interesting because there was a lot of footsteps in the room with me when I was doing that all the way in the back, but nothing happened beyond that. I don't know what you're going to be able to hear. I'm close enough that they said they could hear part of me talking in the questions, but that's the whole story that happens once I leave. And I'm just going to add, my daughter is just pulling in, so we're going to have dogs again. So I might have to pause or mute.
Yeah, that's why they're hooked up to battery packs, because they don't die. All right.
Ooh. That was...
In there where the bringery is? Yeah.
It's one of the side rooms off the side where we were smelling and hearing things. There's a lot of banging in there.
Matt, you might be able to lean that up against that box right there and point it toward the computer.
I mean, like this.
So I apologize. I didn't realize it was doing this focusing. It's going to do that the whole rest of the way. So this is the smallest I can make that screen too. So I'm curious what it says here. And I don't know if you're going to be able to hear me or not. I'm going to say something to see if I get it.
Okay.
You can hear him a little bit.
Now again, that's the camera trying to focus, and I went outside. So there's 3 people in the courtroom now. There's 2 people outside. So if you hear anything, I didn't hear what happened at this time, but this may be related to what we're doing on the other end. Reminds me of that old Saturday Night Live thing where they keep going.
Did you say his name?
It did sound like a Matt or a Matthew.
Do you not like what he's saying?
I can get back far enough. Never see.
Did you say his name? Do you not like what he's saying? What was that? Did you hear it?
It was like knocking back. I also heard it back here.
And I don't think it's getting picked up on the phone, but there was all kinds of crazy like knocking and footsteps and stuff in here.
I don't know how to describe the sound. Are you in the back corner by the door?
All right. I'm going to go back 33, 30. There might be a little get out in there. Listen carefully.
Did you say his name?
Probably about 10 seconds, 10, 20 seconds.
Do you not like what he's saying? What was that? Did you hear it?
It was like knocking back.
I should never hear that. It was loud.
I also heard it back here.
No, it was over there.
I don't know how to describe the sound.
Yeah, right there. So I'm just going to say, go back like 28:30 on the video. I will try to do it again. It is soft, but it's a get out. If I can get it to, there we go. Okay, should be about just a couple seconds past this.
It was over there.
I don't know how to describe the sound.
Right there. And hopefully you guys could, I'm not going to rewind it again, but hopefully you could hear that in there. Steph, I don't know why it's saying it started 10 hours ago. I set this recording up 10 hours ago. I don't know if it has something to do with that, but no, we just started at our usual time at 9.
What did you do to the little girl? What did you do to the 12-year-old?
So again, we have some people joining us just to see. So what we were able to pick up on, they didn't give us any of the background, but as we're going through, we were able to piece it together, and they were giving us more information. There's a male spirit who seems to be pretty dominant, and this young girl that comes through, and the young girl was coming through first, and then the male comes through and kind of starts shutting it down. So that's where you're hearing this dialogue between these two.
Yeah, why is she stuck here? It's not be a fun place to be.
Kid.
My guess is he was on trial for something we've been having to find for record. She can't find him. To do with the Don or Donald. He says it's Donald.
If it's quick ones that I think I'll say what I think I heard. I'll only go back and rewind if it's something very long or kind of interesting.
Hang on, but and then she's 12. That's all we got. Where's Dawn? What'd you hear?
They're gone.
I heard Dawn.
Right. So this is one of these cases. So no, they were saying Don, which is supposedly the dude's name.
It was over there. It was over there.
I don't know how to describe the sound.
Yeah.
Is to get out. So we'll listen for this Dawn stuff.
What did you do to the little girl? What did you do to the 12-year-old? For her to be stuck in this balcony.
Yeah, why is she stuck here? It's not be a fun place to be.
Kid.
My guess is he was on trial for something and then having to find a court record that you can't find. To do with the Don or Donald. His name's Donald. And Don, but and then she's 12. That's all we got.
Dawn.
Where's Don? What'd you hear?
My name's Don.
I heard Dawn. That's a different voice than I've heard before too.
Yeah, and that was a
He
deep.
changes it to be like, hey, Carol, or her to be,
I can't wait till I hear the playback on the.
Don, what's your favorite pickup line? You gotta have one.
Hey, Steph. Get out.
also sitting in the queue, she felt like somebody's coming up behind you like this, just go like, I got touched on the queues, so if you want to try something different, you might want to try picking a spot on the queues instead.
I'm like over there. I'm like ghost repellent.
Did that do anything?
We heard a really crazy noise, but it came from up there. We heard your name come through once.
My name came through?
Yeah, your name did come through once.
And then the guy's name came through. By
Dawn.
saying my name. I thought it said my name is Don.
Well, I was asking him what he did as well.
So what I did is I went to the care nest. I went
Well,
We heard some of it, yeah. And then the first time you asked a question, there was something that come through. I don't know what it was because I couldn't understand it. So
that was going on. That was the thing I said before, where I was all the way in the back break room, basically asking the thing to scare me.
maybe if you know what the question you asked and you go back and listen to it, you might know.
But I was also telling them that people get touched in here. Usually what it is when your name comes through, is within a matter of minutes you're touched.
Oh, wow.
In some form of action. Also sitting on the pews. Specifically, it's both front pews. Yeah. And the very last one. People get touched while they're sitting on the pews.
Yeah.
It was weird.
That on the ship, and they were looking at it like a station. That's it.
Touch me.
Is that now? No.
They will not. I swear to God, I'm gonna.
I had to. Unfortunately, I ran out of time. That's why I had to, partially because I had to come home and get dinner together and everything before I did the show. But I will say it does get more as time goes on. Sadly, like we ended it when there was probably more stuff going on than usual, so it builds.
Usually it's very like light. It's like a light brush across your face.
No, wait a minute. I did on the battleship. I had somebody run their hand through my hair.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So they're staying in certain sections where people claim to get touched. So we start moving into some of those areas to see if we're going to get touched. I do have one weird thing happen to me when I start like calling them out on stuff. So.
Oh,
No, my shoe dropped. Okay, I got it.
So supposedly this guy's really kind of arrogant and narcissistic. So what I was trying to do here, and I was far enough away that I won't be able to hear like some of the stuff I'm just going to hear for the first time now. What I was trying to do is by basically telling him to shut up and let other people talk about him. I was trying to like rile him up to start getting him to talk over people. I don't think it happened, but I'm not really sure what came through on this. I don't know. Is Don mean? Is Don angry? I think that was a yes. Let's see. Just when I ask if Don's angry, I think there's a yes. I don't know. Is Don mean? Listen when I say angry. Is Don angry? Yes. No. He said something else there. I'm gonna try to hone in. It was 39:22. Listen again. Is Don angry? No. Is Don arrogant?
Is that you or something that was me?
No, that was over there.
Don, is this your courtroom? Yeah, I was a big fan.
Yeah. You don't know the place.
Can't make it out. We're getting the answers. I can't make it out. Be quiet. I want to hear from other people in this room. Who's the little girl? Who's the little girl here? That was an earful. I'm going to go back. This is one that I may have to like record and slow down. There was weird stuff in this. Just listen here. There's just I don't know if it's just noise or if there's a way. It's just weird. Again, I want Don to be quiet. I want to hear from other people in this room. Who's the little girl? Who's the little girl here? So what's interesting is when I say I don't want to hear from Don, I want to hear from the other people is when that comes through. But I don't know if that's just noise or a voice or. Again, I want Don to be quiet. I want to hear from other people in this room. Who's the little girl? Who's the little girl here? It's weird. And again, while this is going on, we're hearing banging and footsteps around us. That's from what I can pick up here. We're not picking it up on the phone, or honestly, since I don't have the phone panning on the whole room, I can't tell what's us versus what's that, other than you'll hear us react when we hear the weird noises. You can stomp your feet and make noises in here, but I don't want you to talk. I want to give the other spirits a chance. Why is that little girl here? We ask about the little girl. Low voice. The girl. See if I get it a little closer. Yeah, there we go.
Why is the little girl here?
Girl.
Is Don not letting you speak?
Don't know what that said.
So she went something.
Did you drink my battery?
Try to catch that again. See what that was. Give me a second. I'm getting better at getting these in. Okay, now listen.
Is Don
There's
not
some weird
letting
stuff
you
there.
speak?
So she went something.
Whoa! Could be my imagination. Listen real carefully. I think hidden in there, I shouldn't say hidden in there, real soft, it's going to be about 15 seconds, is a go F yourself.
Is Don not letting you speak?
So she went something.
Right there. So like 43:40 if you want to go back on the video and look.
Did you
But
drink my battery?
another FU. So what's interesting, listen, there might be more of this coming through because this is the first time I'm actually close enough to be able to hear this. But there was a softer voice, go F yourself, and then there was another FU. So it's lower, it's softer than some of the other ones coming through. But listen to that. There may be some more cussing going on kind of under the radar here.
Okay, Don, I guess you're not letting other people speak. Go ahead, you can start talking again. Was that you in the break room with me? Anybody here? Oh, wow.
Was it Penny in the break room? Was it Laura?
Are you not going to talk now since I told you to be quiet?
Oh, that was a weird one.
Can someone else tell me why Don is here?
We're gonna move through the hall. We're not saying to stay where we're going to the balcony.
Okay.
Never heard that one before.
Right, and Ross.
That laugh, I don't know what that is. That is a weird noise that has always come through in this all the time, and it kind of freaks people out, but it's not anything. Yeah, I guess that's the best way I can just say it.
Let me know if you smoke cigarettes. I smell. It could have been from the wood. I'm assuming people smoke cigarettes sometimes. But,
So here's where I started walking around just to see if I could trigger something going, and that's where I smelled the cigarettes back where we were getting those noises, which again could be from the wood, but it was pretty strong.
Okay.
Who made you a promise?
City River.
You know her name? Who made you a promise? What was her name?
There was a lot there. Asked about a name, almost sounded like
Who's the lady
sweet.
in this office?
Listen to this.
Who made you a promise?
So I won't get into all the detail. You might be able to hear it in the background, but this has to deal with people in this building. So she's asking who made a promise.
City River.
You know her name? Who made you a promise? What was her name? Who is the lady in this office back here? I'll take her first name or her last name.
So I don't know if any of our colleagues that are doing this are in the chat tonight or not, but I'll have to double check with them because somebody heard the name Abby. I didn't hear the name of the lady that made the promise, but and I will say, Steph, this smelled like cigarettes. This wasn't just like a tobacco-y smell. This was like somebody was smoking in that back corner. So my gut is it was something, but unlike some shows and things out there, I try to avoid the hyping things. It could be there could be a potential other explanation to it, but my gut is that it was something trying to communicate with that smell.
Oh, it's the other side of it.
they went somewhere. The court was empty.
Okay, so what happened right now is we went up on this like balcony area. This will be interesting because I think one of my team members adjusts the microphone, so we get it should get even louder. And thank you, Steph. I'm glad you understand what I'm doing here. We are up on the balcony setting some things up. Two of the other team members left, so right now, even though you can hear us because we're in the same room, but we're up. I'm trying to get where you can actually see me. We're up above it. They went out the room in the back, so this area where the phasmabox is right now is empty. There's nobody on this floor right now. They're either through the doors on the other side or us up on the balcony. So you can hear them talking behind the doors. There's a lot in there. I'm curious if we get any comments on what we're doing. Okay. 46. I'm trying to get around 46 and listen for a woman's voice. It says some weird things.
They went somewhere. The courtroom's empty.
Oh, I went too far. That's almost like a help me. 54 minutes on the video if you want to check it out. Oh, no, I'm going to go back. Because this would be really cool. So that's 47, 51. We'll try to get around 47 or 47.20. Bear with me here. Okay, yeah, good. Listen for help me, and then it sounds almost like a who needs help, which would be really cool if that's what that was. I heard that pretty quick, but listen for this. Help me. Now listen, who needs help? Right there. I hope you heard that. I'm going to try to do that again because that is really cool. So listen, there's a help me, and then listen for a who needs help. Very cool. Right there. Who needs help? Very cool. Hi, Barbara. I just wanted to wait for that to go through before I said hi. So that is kind of cool. Two different voices, help me, and another voice saying who needs help. If I can do it. Something else kind of cool here too is there's a really like sped up weird voice. So I think I got it back far enough again that you're going to hear the help me who needs help again. But then listen for this really like almost like a voice on helium. Help me. Who He needs help. 2 different voices, too. Now listen for this real helium voice. Did you hear that? It's like a voice really sped up. I have no idea what it said, but that was kind of weird. That's a device that basically the music box triggers when this beam gets broken. That's us moving around.
Did you take the music box up?
Yeah, it's up here. So we just heard it.
I just heard it, I was like, did they go without it?
Now, what's going to happen, because it happened when we were up on the balcony, William's going to move around with the microphone and get it to where the microphones, because there's microphones set up for like when they're doing their meetings, is going to go through the whole speaker system, and it's going to sound a lot better. Around this time, too, we're also going to do an experiment coming up. I don't know if you're going to hear us talk about it, so I'm just going to go ahead and say it, that one of the people is going to do like that. So we're going to have this going, and then somebody else is going to be doing like the Estes method. So they're going to have headphones on with the spirit box, and they're just going to be throwing out words that they hear. Some of it, I think, does correlate with some of the other things we're talking about. So I'll just go ahead and add
I
that.
love that music box. It's cool.
Mary Beth's asking, was this recent? This was today. This was, so it's 10 o'clock Eastern time. We did this between 3 and 5. So, and we only had to stop. They actually could have let us keep going. I had to get back to eat and make sure I was home to do the show. It was about an hour away from us where we were doing this. Other members of my team had to leave too, so we had to cut it short. It would have been neat to see what happened if we were there during the dark, but again, had to kind of call a lot of audibles today.
And this thing is wild that it's so quiet.
The what?
This. The phasma.
So William's commenting right there about how we're getting a lot less voices than we normally get through this. I think you've seen when we've done the live shows on this and stuff. Sometimes it goes through. It's nonstop talking and screaming and yelling at me.
No, because it's so loud. You can't make anything out.
All stuff story.
Oh, the patch that was underneath it?
It was the old one. What's falling off right there?
What's that?
It's hard to tell.
So he's adjusting the microphone right there, but you heard what sounded like a little girl's voice there too. Actually, he's moving the microphone? Was that stay there? Listen for the little girl's voice.
You can't make anything out.
All stuff story.
Oh, the patch that was underneath it?
It was the old one. What's falling off right there?
What's that?
It's hard to tell.
No. I think it's stay there. It could be hey there, but I think that's a stay there when he's moving the microphone. Again, pretty cool. Let me try. Well, it's just a little bit back. I'm trying to find a sweet spot here. Come on. Nah, I may have gone too close. We'll see.
You can't hear everything.
Told you it amps up as we go on. I wish we could have stayed longer. See if you hear it, and I just heard it once here because this is like my first time going through this all. I was still up on the balcony here. Listen if that was a fuck you, Matt.
Can't hear everything.
Either I'm gonna say that either a fuck you, Matt, excuse my language, or a fuck you, man.
Sound like you said my name.
What's my name?
My name.
Say my name. Do you know what my nickname is? It's been really hard for me to let it go.
At least it's hard for me to look.
I don't mind it. I still want people to call me back. I still like it. I still love my nickname.
Yes, I do too.
See, I just get sassy with him because he gets sassy with me. So the energy he gives me, I get over him.
I did a little bit there with you just to see what the only time I will is if
Now we're walking and we're talking a little bit about not provoking, but what I was explaining is there's two things I do, and you've heard me do it on the show too, is I won't necessarily provoke, but I will word things or try to phrase things to make sure somebody wants to, so I not necessarily piss them off, but get them to want to talk, like that whole thing of telling Don, I don't want to hear from him right now. Let other people speak up. I thought maybe if he was really kind of arrogant and dominant, he'd start going like, screw you, I'm going to talk. And then we were also talking about, bullying, or if somebody feels like they're getting attacked or somebody's getting picked on, then I will get more aggressive towards whatever's picking on the person. I don't like bullies, whether they're, in flesh or spirit form. So I'll go after anybody that's like bullying somebody else. That's what we're talking about.
My camera's still running or battery life?
It's running. Or just want to hold that.
Tom, is that you?
Sound like you said Will. Did you hear it too?
Twice I heard my name.
So your face says you heard it.
The first one was Willie when I was somewhere.
So again, this goes into this category that I was just thinking about. So, Don, I heard you like hearing your name.
So here, yeah, I was being kind of cocky. So they said that Don loves to hear his name, and it's like all about Don, and it's all about his ego. So I'm trying to like kind of stroke the ego here, but also kind of being an ass.
So because of that, I will just say, Don, 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 Don. Do you like that?
So if you couldn't hear that, it said, I hear you like your name. So because you like hearing your name, I'll go Don, 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 Don.
Yeah, that's really good what they're saying.
Okay, this is interesting. I'm getting like a squeeze.
All right, so this was the spot. I've described this before, and people that investigate will know we're talking about that like heavy feeling. This wasn't like a heavy feeling. This was almost like an electric feel. I felt like something was like invading my space. So I don't know if I did tick them off or not, but
In my chest right now. Are you messing with me because I said that?
there's a lot there. I'm going to try to dial that back to see if there was a lot there.
Don, 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 Don. Do you like it?
Pause real quick to say I don't want to be typing because I don't want the noise to interfere with this. So I just want to quick say we got Missy that said, hey, paranormal people. So I just want to give a big hello to Missy. So I did see you in there in the chat. I'm just not typing right now because I don't want to interfere with the voices coming through.
That?
Yeah, that's really good what they're saying.
Something's coming up here.
Okay, this is interesting. I'm getting like a squeeze.
There's a sentence that's going to come up
Are
here.
you messing with me because I said that?
I don't know what it said. I can't make it out. I have to try to slow that down.
Did you feel it?
All right. So yes, people missed this. So I'm going to go ahead and record it again. I didn't see this. I set the camera, my phone that I was recording this on, right in front of the phasmabox, but I can't see the video. And so what I didn't realize at the time is I think it was trying to focus. So that's why you're getting that pulsing stuff. To Missy, we did this today. There's I locked up. Can you guys still hear me? Okay, hopefully you guys can still hear me. That was weird. The video locked up there. So there's a group we met when I was doing members of my team were doing some work at a local area up here. And then we ended up all working on being guides for the event that was happening at the Battleship a couple weeks ago. And so we got together today just to kind of meet and talk about doing future work together. And we had the opportunity to investigate this location that they do a lot of work in, which is this old courthouse building. So that's the story here. And so we just got a chance to do it. I got to do some live work really quick. And so since I had the show tonight, instead of doing the old attic video I decided we'd go ahead and play this one and see what came through. So that's the story behind this, Missy. We'll go right back to this. I'm happy you're on with us, Missy. I do this, try to do this every week. When I'm traveling or I have company over, I can't do it. So I may have some messed up weeks coming up here with the holiday, but I hope to at least be recording things that we will go back and play later.
I see you are something you. Listen, can you speak very loudly and clearly so we can hear you with our ears?
I'll add too, since we have some new people on here, just what I'm all about, even with doing this show and doing my videos. You know, I'm not trying to be a YouTuber. I've had some conflicts with people in the past over some of this stuff. I'm not looking to do a show. I've done these kind of shows. I was on another format, Dead Air with George Lopez, about 10 years ago. So I've had a show off and on for the last 10 years. But I'm going to go ahead and do this work no matter what. I kind of view myself more as an experimentalist, not so much investigating locations to see if there are ghosts or anything. I try doing different things and trying to generate data just to see what we get, and doing different kind of experiments and doing different kind of things. And I share that for everybody else that's interested in it to kind of experience with me. So that's kind of the mindset here and what we're doing with this show and the different things I try here. So just because we had some new folks on there, I just wanted to share kind of what we're trying to do here.
Like in the room? Okay, that's fine. Listen, we know you're here. Can you just knock wherever you're near?
There was something there too.
We're pretty interested in the family of the Gracies while we're asking questions. See if we get your responses that way too.
I'm just going to change. I'm just going to make one change. I'm going to go back onto forward just to.
So that you know, I have this thing in at least how the program. I wish I knew how the program worked more. All I'm going to say is though, I get really weird results, like you just saw there, and some things that are very interactive that I can't explain. But this was supposedly set in reverse mode. So the bank, much like the supposedly the bank of words and things that they can pull from, was supposedly, would come through in reverse. So that if you heard anything forward, that was supposedly spirit activity. I don't know. I am going to flip this here to direct mode. So that's what you're going to hear here. So I'm just give a little background on what goes on.
Reverse mode deactivated.
That's your big butt speakers right there. What's wrong? I'm not gonna have to read them about probably.
So just after I made that switch, notice if you see a difference in kind of what starts coming through.
Yeah, it was right when you touched that.
Just so folks know, and it about doubles the time with me talking and yapping here. We're almost at an hour. This went about an hour 15 to an hour 20. So we have about, I'd say, 30 to 40 minutes yet. We'll be done by 11 Eastern time here. That was a full set. I'm going to go back just a little bit here. There's a bunch of stuff there. I'm going to go back onto forward just to. So just listen again.
Reverse mode deactivated.
That scared me. I forgot speakers right there. We're all in here. I'm not going to read on about probably.
Yeah, it was right when you touched that.
What you're hearing in the background is supposedly people that sit in the benches, like the front bench, kind of where this was a courthouse. It's set up now different for kind of township meetings. You're hearing people talk about where people are sitting down in the front pew there, or the front bench, to try to get see if they get touched or not. That's what you're hearing, the voices in the background there.
Can you come forward? Yes.
Said yes.
I'm requesting that the little girl come
Right here.
and speak to Kimberly.
Come in.
All right, you're also going to hear one of the team members talking. So what we're doing at the same time here is I'm running this, and this is going to be much louder, so you're probably not going to hear her as much. She's doing the Estes method, so she's got a spirit box, headphones on, and is blindfolded in the room as well, and is just saying what she's hearing come through on the spirit box, which some of this will seem to correlate with what we're doing. So if you hear that in the background, she's like, "It's me, I'm here." Steph, yes. That was part of what they were saying about the promise. They do see things in here. They do experience things. I guess one of the workers actually quit because of the activity in one of the rooms, and that was the one back room where we were hearing some noises and stuff. And so, yeah, it's a pretty active. The building is like 120 years old. And so, yeah, there's a bunch of different things in here. So, yeah, so I know I'm answering questions, talking about this. And also, if you hear the girl talking, so I'm going to back it up a little bit, because I think she says, like, "It's me." So that voice, when you hear her, she's doing the Estes method right now. So I'm going to go back onto forward just to.
Reverse mode deactivated.
I'm going to add to, I don't know if it changes anything. I don't know if we're going to talk about it on this video. There is so this is very close to a big state park here in North Carolina. I don't know if anybody has seen, but we are very dry right now, and with the leaves and everything. So we have forest fires going on right now, and a fire started fairly in the state park, so kind of fairly close to where we're at. to where we could actually see smoke and smell smoke. We may comment on that or not, I forget. But also, I don't know what degree that kind of energy and things are going on could influence some of the activity.
That's your big, that speaker's right there. Scroll on your face. Here. I'm not going to creep on top properly.
So she's going to start the Estes method, so you'll hear her talk.
Yeah, we're not going to touch that.
Go back and sit on the bench with you. All right, Kimberly, can you hear me?
So that's her asking if she can hear her with the headphones on. So she's just going to start initiating that. So when you start hearing her voice talking, that'll be she's just saying what's coming through on the spirit box, while we're also running the phasmabox. So we got a couple things going on at the same time here.
Can you come forward and speak to Kimberly? Yes.
Said yes.
I'm requesting that the little girl come right here and speak to Kimberly. Come in.
She says, I'm requesting the little girl come through, and then she goes right here.
What's your name?
Got confused, but we don't think it's a little girl. Evil.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard that. That was pretty clear. Again, now I think sometimes things do stuff just to mess with you. Like you'll get like Satan and stuff like that, particularly on this box will come through. We do get evil. I'm going to try to get a little closer. See if you can hear that again.
All right, Kimberly, can you hear me? Can you come forward and speak to Kimberly?
I'm going to pause. Listen for this evil. I'm going to let it run. You're going to see me go back. I'm actually feeling like I'm getting a little like low on like blood sugar here. I'm getting kind of shaky. So I'm going to go get a little bit of juice to drink here. So I'm just going to keep going. You'll just see me walk out behind the back. Listen for that evil, and we'll just keep going.
Said yes.
I'm requesting that the little girl come right here and speak to Kimberly. Come in.
What's your name?
Got confused, but we don't think it's a little girl. Evil. We're not doing nothing with evil here.
That was the evil one. The voice just coming through saying evil. So it's just some interesting things that come after this. We didn't have any like horrible experiences or anything, but it's just kind of interesting what's going to come through here now. I think there's like some warnings and things that start coming through, which is interesting. So just pay attention.
You have to tell me honestly.
Is someone evil here? Are you warning us?
Also, I don't know when it's going to happen, But kind of in front of me, but kind of near where the phasmabox is. You know the Predator movie where you can still see things, but it's kind of like that shimmering kind of. It was low to the ground and like a ball, and it moved about like 5 feet. So you're gonna hear me start talking about that soon too.
Can you tell me who's evil that's here?
Pastry.
Fire.
Pick up over full swim.
It's more acting now. That was my finger.
Friends of something.
Is Don still here? Or did he go back up to the balcony?
She was shut
He's out.
Where is he?
into Are you serious?
Are you serious? Yes, we're serious.
That's pretty clear.
Or it sounded like it could have been downstairs. Where?
Where do you want us to go?
I don't know.
Perfect.
I want somebody to walk in front of the device up on the balcony.
I'm planning.
Play music.
Not smart.
Is there someone wanting to play games with us?
Then talk about it.
Can you tell me who's over there listening to you with headphones on? You're not gonna play along tonight?
Is there a Wendy here?
I'm gonna hurt.
Never really seen this before. I'm just going to describe it. You know what a predator movie? You know that thing where it's like it moves but you can't see it? I just saw something from like here to here move and disappear. But it's like that predator thing where it's like transparent.
Black?
No. Can you see predator movie? And the thing was camouflage? So it looks
almost
just
like mirrors where it blended.
yeah, you can see through where it was and it like shimmers.
Or
What did you say?
Who did I see right across the floor there?
Nobody. That was pretty clear. Who did I see? Nobody.
Nobody. Okay. Was it? Is it some? Since you said nobody, was it something that's not a person? Was it an animal?
I did that.
Were you the one that went across the floor?
I mean, it was low to the ground. It could have been like a dog or a cat. Can someone tell me what I saw?
I'm trying.
Well, thank you.
That was yes.
I don't know what that was. It's flashing.
It's gone.
Again.
Where are they?
Where are who?
These batteries last more than the common one. And it's still got light. Okay, you don't want to be seen, that's fine.
Can you tell us who Matt saw go across the floor? Can you do it again?
Breathe deeply.
Yeah, anything. Do anything.
The little girl? I like the little girl. Where is she?
We're listening. I think I heard somebody say listen. Yes, what do you have to say?
Where's that?
Right in the corner, so we got just
Not particular.
working, walking a circle.
Don't fight me.
This woman goes out and goes back up.
Go out there.
Where is Dawn?
They're out there.
Bring her back.
You started over there?
Whoa.
Came through us.
It sounded something about like heard them. You heard them. Something like that. I'm gonna try to catch that.
Working, walking a circle.
Don't fight me.
This woman goes out and goes back up.
Go out there.
They're out there.
Where is Dawn?
They're out there.
Bring her back.
You started over there? Came
That's interesting. So we're moving around. They're out there, and then it sounds like you heard them.
through us, sounding like they're out there.
Who's out there?
Ooh, what was that? Oh shit! Let me try again.
Came through us, sounding like they're out there.
Who's out there?
Some people. I did it.
The riser? It was on the riser.
It is simple.
27.
There is no one.
It was 27.
You're dreaming.
There's a lot of car outside. Where are you? Get rid of it.
Great view.
That was a weird one. Try to get.
Don, did you go?
Come on.
Great view.
I don't know what that says, but that's interesting.
Where's Anna? She's not here right now.
The office.
It sounds like Office.
Don, did you go away?
You bet your life.
Susie Wright.
Serves you right. You still never said why you're mad at me.
Bet.
Can I get at least a reason why you were telling me that you have to heal and things like that?
Really?
That sounded like a William. It's one of my team members.
I'm saying,
Did I hear someone say they're sad? Why are you sad?
Then wait.
haven't seen just, you know,
That was a long one.
Then wait.
haven't seen just, you know,
That's an interesting one. I just can't make the whole thing out.
Now, they were not the only two spirits we were not. We were there the rest of the time. I have recordings of very distinct farmer sounding music. The little girl. And the
I've
son
been
of
talking.
Other things that we've witnessed in this courtroom is Gabber County in the hallway.
Please, no call.
There's actually Gabber County there. It's going to do the school. Heard it out here in the hallway.
That sounded like Tell a Friend.
We heard high heel phone.
Let me try to give me a second here. I can hone in.
Other things that we've witnessed in this courtroom is Gabber County in the hallway.
Please, no call.
There's actually Gabber County there. It's going to do the school.
Like Tell a Friend.
Heard it out here in the hallway. The first girl was in here. We heard high heel phone on the floor downstairs. Doors being jostled on both ends here. And movement in that back hallway.
Can you close this door? Can you close this door back here? That'd be pretty impressive.
Full story.
It's not a way. I couldn't go on somebody just walking behind me.
Well, you did say your own name.
Yeah. I didn't want I didn't want that was private. 5 minutes ago.
Like, just now.
Please go.
Please go. That was pretty clear.
Okay.
That was a pretty clear please go.
Can you close?
Yeah. Screw this up.
Can you close this door? Can you close this door back here? That'd be pretty impressive.
Full story.
Please go. That's a pretty clear please go.
Okay.
If you were walking around Kimberly, can you please go over there and won't mess up at all? You can kick it if you want to kick it out of the way. We need to ask questions about
The role
bringing a prisoner or what is adjourned, things like that as well. What we're gonna do. Hi. Hello.
is in the blessing that
All right, I'm gonna do this now. I have witnesses here. I've gotten real interesting results with this question before. It doesn't work all the time. Who's the president?
to the view of
Who was the president?
I don't think, and this wouldn't prove anything, but I want to go back and see that because it almost sounded like there was a Lincoln in there, which is a big silver. I will say that this was a also where this was at near the end of the Civil War. The Union was kind of occupying this area where this building is located.
Hello.
is in the blessing that
All right, I'm gonna do this now. I have witnesses here. I've
There it
gotten
goes.
real interesting results with this question before. It doesn't work all the time. Who's the president?
to the view of
Who was the president when you? Who's the last president you can remember?
How are you?
Idiots.
Did you work here?
There was something there.
For now.
Did you help build the building?
Were you a convict?
I'm getting tired of this.
You don't like this line of questioning?
What would you like to talk about?
Really?
Sorry, I didn't hear that. Can you say that again? What would you like to talk about?
That was pretty interesting. What do you want to talk about? It sure as heck sounded like ghosts. Listen to that.
Sorry, I didn't hear that. Can you say that again? What would you like to talk about?
Either ghosts or goats.
Do you hear ghosts? I'm happy to talk about ghosts.
Listen to that high pitched one. It might have been the little girl's voice again. It almost sounded to me. I want to hear it again, but I almost sound like a high mother.
Sorry, I didn't hear that. Can you say that again? What would you like to talk about? Did you hear ghosts? I'm happy to talk about ghosts.
Or not. It's right there. What is that? I'm going to try to get closer to it. That is pretty creepy. I think that is High Mother. Listen to that again. Can't say for sure, but I can get kind of close to this one. There we go. It's in about 10 seconds in. I think it's High Mother.
Is this the little girl you back?
So that's interesting. So not only was I thought there was the High Mother, but she says, I'm going to go back and try to get all this so you can hear this. So the little voice comes through. It sounds to me like High Mother. You'll hear somebody say, "Is the little girl back?" And it sounds like something along like for a little while. Just listen.
Is this the little girl you back?
Right there for a little while.
You need to listen to that, see if it's said more than once.
It's Jason? Yeah.
Somebody need help?
I didn't hear what she said.
Somebody need help?
I know you can.
Someone tell the girl to stop talking? If so, why? I think you should let the little girl talk.
She just said my name.
Sound like Michelle.
How many Michelle's are here right now?
Got about 5 minutes.
Now
Give or
that
take.
was due for any friendly spirits that reside in this courthouse. Please gather in the courtroom. Now's your prime time to give a physical opportunity.
This will be a lot.
Come on in the courtroom. Come out of the balcony.
Okay.
Come up and downstairs.
Hurry. Be funny. To really.
Stop. Let me talk.
Go ahead and talk.
Okay, that's it.
Is there someone back here with me in this back row?
Same thing, Mary Beth. I can't make it out.
If you're too afraid to be in the courtroom with us, you can go up on the balcony. Just watch us from the balcony.
There's people a lot.
I know everybody. I'll tell you what. That little girl,
Yeah, tell me about the little girl.
What
her
about it?
voice,
We heard her voice.
Music.
Yeah, some of us are just visiting.
Was that we missed you? Oh, try to dial that in. Listen. We missed you. That's pretty clear.
Yeah,
Just
some
don't
of us
know.
are just visiting.
Did you come in the courtroom? There's a change back
can
here.
I help you?
Sure. It's one.
I'll tell you what.
All right, we're getting ready to shut this down. So I'll stop before we just start talking about that all. But hope you enjoyed that. I liked this one because I was hearing it the first time with you guys as well. So we'll try to do some more of these going forward. But thank you, everybody. This is a very long show. So thank you, everybody that stuck it out with me tonight. And not sure what the schedule is going to look like. I'm probably not going to be on the next couple weeks, but I will post when I can be on, and maybe I'll do something on another night. We'll just work with that. But thank you, everybody. Everybody have a great Thanksgiving, and we'll talk soon. Take care, everybody. Hit the wrong button.